Good morning.
Good morning. Good.
And welcome. So I want you, since we're all seated, let's just take a few nice deep breaths. And since our focus is, kind of the upper body and back today, what I want you to do is notice your shoulders over your hips. And see what that feels like as you settle into your seat and you're breathing. Are your shoulders over your hips? Does it feel comfortable to have your shoulders over your hips? And as you notice how you feel, thinking about how you want to feel when we're done with practice today. And then setting your intention in whatever way you do that. And then we will begin. And what I want to start with, I want you to, with your breath, just to start to take your shoulders up towards your ears on an inhale and exhale, let them down. So breathing in and lifting up, breathing out and bringing down. And it's a great way to see how are the muscles in the front and the back of the body in those shoulders as you're moving. And then as you're ready, we're going to start to inhale those shoulders up and exhale, slide your shoulder blades down the back body. And then we're going to pause, and then I want you to bring one shoulder at a time forward. So you're kind of rolling the shoulder forward and alternating sides. And I'm realizing as we're doing this, it's kind of a lot of work, even though it looks so simple. Okay. All right, and now what I want you to do is to have both hands on the floor, and you're going to reach one arm up. And we're going to inhale as you reach over, keeping your butt on the ground. We do this lots of times. And today I want you to stay over there. And I want you to see if you can keep your chest open so you're not bringing your arm in front of your body. And then we're going to turn the palm up and explore straightening your arm, right? So we're kind of here, and I want you to turn your palm up, explore straightening the arm. And then we're going to sweep it over. Then we'll take the other side. So arm comes up, you come over, and we're staying here, and you're noticing your butt's on the ground, and your elbow's probably bent right now. And then we're gonna turn the palm up and start to straighten the arm. And you're still breathing, and then we're gonna sweep that around. Nice. And then shake out those arms. We're gonna interlace the fingers, roll through your wrists a couple of times in each direction. And then with the fingers interlaced, we're going to press the palms away and reach up towards the sky. And I want you to notice, is there space between your shoulders and your ears and your arms when you do that? Or does it feel all crunched up, right? And then we're going to move a little bit. Inhale and then exhale to the side, but probably not going way over to the side, right? You're just moving a little bit side to side with your breath. And obviously, if it doesn't work for you, you can have your hands unlaced and palms facing one another. Now we're going to come through the center, release your hands, shake out those hands again, and little circles with your body. And then pausing and moving to the other direction. And then we're going to take that left hand, bring it behind us, have your fingertips on the ground, and you're going to press into the floor with the hands and try to lengthen your spine, and then turn your chest towards the left side. And while you're here, I want you to take a couple of nice deep breaths. And of course, you're only going to a place that feels really good, but you're noticing all the way through your torso what's happening as you breathe. On an inhale, let's lengthen that spine. Exhale, come to the center, and then we'll take the hands to the other side again, pressing those fingertips in the ground, growing your spine, and then turning your chest to the right. And I find it really interesting as we're doing that, the sensations that happen throughout the spine. And again, noticing all those wonderful feelings. And then we're going to inhale, lift up, exhale, come forward. And then let's stretch out those legs. We're going to take the hands down in front. And so we do this a lot. Actually, let's take the hands onto the hips. And you're going to inhale, body up, exhale, heart forward. So for many of us, it's not that big a movement, you know. And then next time you come up, we're going to bend your knees so that you have a nice big diamond here. So your feet are not close to your groin. And this time, sliding your hands either on the top of the ankles or underneath and coming towards the floor. So we get a nice long stretch in the back body. And then as you're here, I want you to bring the chin towards the chest if it's not already. So you're going to lift your head to its neutral position and then bring the chin towards the chest. And just notice as you're doing that, if you feel any sensation in your back body, like I can feel the stretch all the way down into my pelvis, the closer I bring my chin towards the chest. Now on one of these inhales, I'm going to slide those hands out and let's find our tennis balls. Now I know we always do a lot of stretching with the tennis balls, so if you want to add on more, then you're going to go ahead and do that. But I'm going to start at the low back. So with the knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, the tennis balls, your butt's on the ground, you're just pressing those tennis balls into the low back. Hands support you, you can be on your elbows, whatever's comfortable. And then either you're moving your body or your knees side to side, or both. Right, kind of massaging the back of that pelvis. And this, to me, always gives us a good indication of how that low back is doing before we get started. Now we're gonna take those tennis balls out, and just because I have to do it, because like my body's saying, if you can't do the back, you're not doing the front. So again, butt on the ground, press in those tennis balls, straighten your legs as much as you want to, and then knees side to side or pelvis front to back. Of course, now I'm doing the front and the sides are like, you're not gonna forget us, are you? And I know sometimes it sounds funny, you know, like my body's talking to me, but it really does. I think the most challenging part is listening to what the body says. So whenever you start to feel done with that, we're going to come to the outside again, butt on the ground. You're just pushing the tennis balls in. So we stay on the muscle, we don't sit with the bones. And then with your knees, just moving side to side, and you can do it, you know, both knees at the same time, or you know, or one. I like to move the knees together, just kind of loosening up the sides a little bit. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So from here, we're going to take those tennis balls out. We're actually gonna come up to standing. And then what I want you to have close by is a strap and a block. So just have those within your reach. And you're gonna come on up. So, you know, because we were talking about, you know, the back body and posture and stuff, what I want you to like pay attention, for those of us who spend a lot of time in this position, especially driving on phones, you know, cooking, sometimes when we get our shoulders up there, it starts to feel like a lot of work, you know. So if you get tired, I want you to stop for a minute, take a breath. We're gonna hold the strap about shoulder distance apart, and you're gonna pull on it as you inhale and come up. You're gonna come up to a place that feels good, and then on the exhale, come down. right? So you're pulling and then inhaling up to whatever height feels good and exhaling down. And with each breath, you might come up a little bit higher or you might not, right? Because we're just trying to use those muscles in a little bit of a different way, and that's why we're tugging on the strap. All right, now, next time you come down, we're gonna stretch out our hands a little bit so that we have a lot of distance on our strap, and you're gonna inhale up and exhale back, just to shoulder distance. And if you find yourself doing the wiggle dance, give yourself more strap. And you're just going up and down with your breath, or forward and back, I guess is a better description. Now, the next time that your strap is back, again, pull on it so it's not sagging, right? And then you're gonna inhale neutral, exhale. My pens are just making all sorts of funny noises as they hit the bookshelf. Inhale, neutral, exhale as you twist, and your head is staying forward right now. And next time you finish that second side, we're going to take our strap, and especially for those of us with longer straps, you're gonna fold it in half and hold the strap in your right hand and take it behind your body, and then you're gonna walk your left hand up towards that right hand. And then you're someplace towards the front of your mat so that you can step back. And I want you to make sure that you're fairly comfortable here, so get a grip that is comfortable, that you're not straining any part of your body. And then you're gonna keep your right foot where it is and make a straight line back about 1 meter with your left foot. Both feet are facing forward. Isometrically, you're pulling your legs towards one another for balance. And then you're gonna inhale up and exhale as you start to come forward. And make sure you're engaging that core and you're not dropping the elbow down in front of your face or towards your chest. Inhale up, exhale forward. And I know it's a lot of work, right? Noticing the engagement of your legs, the engagement of your core, not going too far, no strain on the back body. Last time. And when you come up, we're going to release the hands first. You're going to shake out those arms a little bit. And then let's step that back foot forward. We're going to take the strap into the left hand. And again, start to walk your right hand up. And it might not be the same distance. Right? So at first, getting yourself comfortable in your arms, feeling your feet on the floor, and then you're going to make a straight line back with that left foot, so your feet stay hip width or a little bit wider apart, feet pointing forward. You're gonna pay attention to your body. Isometrically pull those feet towards one another, inhale up, exhale, come forward. And moving with your breath, inhale up, exhale forward. Maybe do it once more. Again, when you come up, we're going to release the arms, shake them out a little bit. We're going to let go of the strap for a moment. And then make your way towards the front of your mat. And feet are about hip width apart. And we're going to start with just inhaling, lifting the heels, and noticing your balance today. And then, we don't usually do this together, but I know you'll all be fine. Next time you come up, we're going to lift up one arm and turn our head away from that arm. Exhale, head back to center, heels down, arm down. Alternate sides. So a lot of times we do this particular movement with our feet flat on the ground. So just noticing how it feels as you're coming, and if it doesn't feel safe, keep those feet flat on the ground. And we're also used to, at least when and working with me, taking that other arm back for balance, you know. And when you finish that second side, you're gonna pause for a moment, shake out those hands again. I'm into shaking the arms out a lot lately. I think it has to do with what's going on in my body. Now, just like we did earlier, we're gonna interlace the fingers, turn the palms away. If that doesn't work, you're gonna just work with your hands facing one another. You're gonna lift up those arms. So inhale is gonna be here. Exhale, I want you to come towards a chair position, and it's gonna be harder with your arms extended, right? Inhale up, exhale down. Just kind of noticing what's happening in your body, you know, and then next time that you come up, I want you to release the arms. And just so that your body gets to feel the difference, we're gonna release the arms, and I want you to just inhale up and exhale down. And notice if it feels differently. Like for me, it feels a lot differently. I'm just kind of curious if other people feel that. Yeah, like I can go a lot further when my arms are not interlaced. All right, so you're towards the front of your mat. If you like blocks when you're lunging, we're gonna have those close by. All right, so hands onto your thighs. Inhale, body up. We're gonna exhale, slide halfway down, and inhale back up. And then you're gonna deepen your fold if that feels appropriate for you. So you're inhaling all the way up, and exhaling down, and maybe coming deeper each time, right? So exploring what feels good, knees bent as much as you want. And next time we're in our forward bend, we're gonna take our hands to the floor or the blocks, and you're gonna step back with your right foot into a nice deep lunge with the front knee over your ankle. And you're noticing how it feels, and I want you to put your attention on your left foot. Okay, we're gonna take the big toes down, lift those pinky toes up. They may or may not listen. And then little toes down, big toe up. And then you're gonna lift all your toes up, stretch them out, and then place them down on the ground. And so we're trying to really engage that foot on the ground. Now from here, we're gonna bend that back knee a little bit, right? So you probably get a little stretch in your Achilles or calf when you get these diagrams. And then we're gonna straighten out that leg and reach the heel towards the ground. Now from here, I want you to engage your legs, pull in towards the center, right, for balance. Some of you might take that back heel to the ground, and you're gonna come up onto, hands onto the thigh. That works for your body. Keep the front knee bent. You're gonna take the elbows out like half thigh. So this is gonna be our inhale. Our exhale, we're gonna straighten that front leg and extend the arms. Inhale. And you're making the position work for your body, right? So exploring how your body wants to move today. This is gonna be our last time. And once we're in our cactus arm position, we're gonna take the hands to the ground, step back into a plank. You can have your knees up or down. We're gonna inhale in our plank and exhale, slide back into a down dog, or inhale in your tabletop and exhale down into child's pose. And then you're gonna go back and forth in those positions with the breath. You're just exploring, and if you want to, you can alternate between those two poses or choose one. Now, next time when you're in your back position, we're going to step forward with the left foot. And again, maybe your hands are on blocks, so you're in a lunge now. You're gonna pay attention to that left foot. We're gonna lift up the big toe. And then take that big toe down, little toes up. And then all toes up, spread them out, take them down to the ground. Just feel that foot engaged on the floor. Then we're going to reach that back heel towards the ground. And then we're going to bend your right knee. You're bending it towards the ground, but you're not taking it down to the ground. Right, now we're going to straighten out that leg. Maybe hands up onto your thigh. And then we're going to take arms out like cacti or goalposts, you know, since there's all those college football games right now. All right, inhale is here. Exhale, straighten the leg and the arms. Moving with your breath. Woo. There's no rush. Nice flow with your breath. This is going to be our last time. So again, when you're in the cactus position, inhale up, exhale down to the ground. Now you're going to take both hands to the inside of that left foot. Right? And some of you are going to keep the back knee up, some of you are going to keep it on the ground. We're going to start to bend your elbows, and some of you might come down onto a block. And notice your knee. If you find your knee flopping out to the side, walk your foot out a little bit. And some of you may want to put a blanket where your knee's going to, because as soon as I did that, my knee was like, something's missing. And just noticing what's happening in your body and breathe. Now, if your knee is up, I'm going to invite everybody to have your knee down, because then what I want you to do is lift up your back heel. And that's when you're going to say, oh, I'm definitely getting the blanket. Now, we're going to make our way up onto our hands. Maybe you're on a block, and you're going to possibly reach back with that left hand towards your foot, and maybe come up onto right elbow on the right thigh. You can use a strap or not. How are those legs? Or is it balance? And then carefully release that foot. Hands down to the ground. We're going to step back with that left foot. And bring the right foot forward. And again, both hands are going to be on the inside of the right foot, on a block or on the floor. And then making our way onto our elbows, paying attention to your knee is still over your ankle, breathing and noticing. And then contemplating, do I want to lift that back heel off the ground? Is it even physically possible? Right? And then possibly reaching back with your right hand, maybe taking that left hand, possibly taking that right hand onto your thigh, the right elbow, and breathing. It's an exploration, remember, right? Never forcing, continuing to breathe. Now, whenever you start to feel complete, you're going to gently release that foot to the ground. Walk your front foot back a little bit. And then we're going to come right into a forward bend. And you might take that blanket off of your mat so it's out of the way. Then bringing your hands onto your thighs. We're going to inhale halfway up and exhale a little bit more deeply. So coming back to our center, noticing your breath, noticing how your body feels. And then on one of these inhales, we're going to come all the way up. We're going to find our strap again. And this time we're going to take it behind the body. And you're going to hold your hands about shoulder distance apart. Some of you, depending on how your body's made. You might need more distance between your hands. And again, a gentle tug, so the arms are active and the strap is tight. We're going to keep the body upright. Inhale, take those arms away from the body. Exhale, back into your body. Just kind of noticing, how does it feel in your pecs and the front of the shoulders as you're moving the arms in this way. And if you can't move your arms very much, give yourself more distance between your hands. Now next time your hands are at the lower back, we're going to inhale, body up. Exhale, come forward. And then inhale, take your arms up towards the sky. And we're going to keep them up towards the sky. Knees can be bent here. Make sure you can still breathe. And then we're going to move the hands side to side. So your elbows are straight, your strap is tight, and you're just moving your arms side to side. And coming through the middle, we're going to relax those hands down to the low back. Press down with your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. How's it feeling? Have we overdone it yet? Or are we still okay? Okay. All right, so we can get rid of our strap for the moment, and we're going to find a tennis ball. And just for a moment, roll out your feet. Because I want to do a little balance, and I always feel better when I roll my feet on tennis balls and do balancing poses. We're going to do the second side. Y'all might have thought, oh, we're not rolling our feet today. All right, so today I want to explore doing a pose that we've done quite often, using a block. And obviously, if you don't have a block at home, or if it doesn't feel safe, you're just going to have your foot flat on the floor, right? So we're going to place our right foot right in the center of that block, and then straighten that leg out. And so, like for me, I'm on the toes of my left foot, right? And then we're going to start to walk that foot closer to the block and the right leg. Your hands are going to be wherever they help you balance. It might be at the heart center, the hips, out to the sides. And we're going to start to bring your heel, left heel, towards the right ankle, and start to slide that foot up the lower leg into a tree pose. Keep breathing. Find your focus. Very nice. Now we're going to bring that knee forward, slide the foot down to the ground. How did it feel being on the block? Weird. Yeah, a little different. And then we're going to, once your feet are both on the ground, we're going to possibly take the left foot onto the center of the block. So we always, of course, want to make sure it's safe, right? And then you're going to explore your balance as you start to straighten the leg and come onto the right toes. Hands wherever it's comfortable, slide that foot in closer to the block. Then you start to turn the knee and the foot out. As your heel comes in towards the ankle, you're going to start to slide up the lower leg. And here, I definitely like to stay below the knee. Right? Keep breathing, find your focal point. And breathe. Beautiful. Then knee forward, foot comes down. I'm going to get rid of that block. And then here, and some of you might like to go to a wall or a chair if you're at home. And what I want you to do is bend your right knee and reach with your left hand. So opposite hand. Usually we do the same side hand, right? So it's an exploration. Then you're going to start to take that knee behind your standing leg. So you're taking the heel away from your butt as you bring your thigh back from that standing leg. Beautiful. Now, next time your knee comes towards your leg, we're going to release that foot, you're gonna take that knee, same side leg, right knee forward, left hand onto the outside of the knee, and you're gonna cross over your body. So you come back to the center, cross over your body with the knee. One more time. And when you're back at the center, take that foot down. How's this feeling? It's a little bit different, and so it's helpful for our brain when we switch it up sometimes. All right, so again, now you're bending your left knee, reaching with your right hand. And again, just bringing the knee behind your standing leg. Trying to keep your body upright. It feels so good, and you're focused, and you're breathing. Now, next time the knee comes towards your leg, you're going to gently release that foot. Bring the same side knee up, right hand to the outside of your left knee, and then you're going to cross over. Come back to the center. So you're moving with your breath. Inhale when the knee is pointing straight ahead. Exhale as you bring that knee across the body. And do it one more time. Nice. And then when you're back at neutral, you're going to release the foot. And then what I want you to do, have your feet maybe a little bit wider than your hips, knees bent, and then start to roll through that pelvis. Or your hips, or both. Then we're going to pause other direction. All right, now from here, we're going to inhale, body up. Exhale, you're going to take your hands onto the floor, onto a block. And your feet are about hip distance apart or a little bit wider, hands on the floor or a block. Inhale with the legs straight, exhale, bend the knees, keep their elbows straight. So here, you're just bending your hips, knees, and ankles. Noticing how it feels in your body as you do so. And then what I want you to do next time your legs are straight, you're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left ankle. Then you're going to take that left hand onto your hip, and you're going to start to lengthen your spine and twist to the left. Keep breathing. On an exhale, come back to that center. And then we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right ankle or foot or a block, whatever works for you. Slide that right hand up onto your hip, lengthen the spine, and turn to the right. Still breathing. And next exhale, we're going to come back down to the center. And from here, we're going to take our hands onto the floor, and you're going to walk your feet back. Gently take your knees to the ground, but we're not going to stay there, and you're going to sit back and stretch out those legs. If you like something under your butt, this would be a place that you can do that. All right, so a lot of times I like to do this particular pose against a wall so that we make sure that we don't drop our body forward. So if you think that you might do that, or as we start to do it, if you find yourself dropping forward, I want you to come to the wall. I just happen to have the convenience that the wall is right behind me, right? So what I want you to do, so your feet are going to be flexed. Your hands are wherever you need them to be for balance. And then we're going to lift up one leg. And you'll see, so a lot of us lift a leg and the body juts forward. You're just going to lift that leg. Or maybe your body falls back. And it's a lot of work to get this because, you know, we have a lot of big muscles in our leg, right? And next time it comes to the ground, we're going to take it down. And it doesn't matter how high it goes. What's happening here is, you know, just getting that heel off the ground. So we're going to go to the second side. Just kind of notice when we try to isolate that one leg, how it feels. And one more time. Nice. Now from here, I want you to bring your feet in towards one another. And here, we're going to bring them close to the groin. Like last time we had them far away. And then you're going to take your thumbs on the padded part of your feet and open up your feet like they're a book. So pinky toes on the ground, you're opening up the feet. I want you to see if you can pay attention to what happens in your hip flexors when you do that. Like, can you actually feel the sensation that happens when you open your feet? Elbows towards your body, and then inhale and exhale, reaching your forehead towards the pads of your feet. Now, however much you come forward, I want you to make sure you can still breathe, right? And so, if you can't breathe, you're going to lift yourself up a little bit so that you can. And then on one of these inhales, we're going to come all the way up, and we're going to make our way onto our belly. And so, you know, if your bones poke into the ground, feel free to put a blanket under you, but make sure it goes under your whole body and not just like a big bulky set, you know, in the center of you. So we're going to make our way onto our bellies. And you might have your forearms in front of you with your head towards the ground. Whatever way, the upper body, we're looking for it to be comfortable here, right? And then we're going to bend both knees with the feet flexed and just gently move your feet side to side. And notice what happens in your pelvis and your torso as you're moving your feet. And we're going to come to a place where we stop with the feet in the center and then lifting our head up. And some of you might find that you're more comfortable staying towards the ground, so it's going to be an exploration. We're going to walk the elbows back in line with the chest so that your forearms are flat on the ground. And then you're going to pull your elbows towards you so that your chest starts to come forward. Right? Does that make sense? And then you're reaching your heels towards your body, your back. Right? So how does that feel in your shoulders? How does it feel in your diaphragm, in your chest? Now from here, we're going to exhale, come back down to the ground, relax the feet to the floor. And then I want you to wiggle your pelvis, let go of any tension in the low back. And then we're going to bend the left knee, bring that foot towards your body, and you're going to reach back with the left hand. This time you take that heel towards your glute. Up. And some of you will stay like this. Some of you might start to press your forearm into the ground, lift your body up, and start to press your ankle into your hand. Keep breathing. On one of these exhales, we're going to come down to the ground, switch. Well, relax your body first, and we're going to switch sides and bring your right heel towards your glute. Again, reaching back with the right hand. Seeing if you can relax, find some comfort in this position. And again, some of you might stay here, some of you might come up onto that left forearm and start to press the right ankle into the right hand. Now, again, when you start to feel complete, we're going to gently release that foot to the ground. You're going to take your right arm and stretch it out in front of you and come up onto your fingertips. And you're gonna take that left arm, I think we did this the other week, and walk your left arm underneath. And then some of you will start to walk that right arm across. And some of you might walk with your feet, using your feet, start to bring your forehead towards the ground. Doesn't work with a poor in front. And you're still breathing. So, you know, somewhat of a pretzely position, yet can you find a sense of ease in your body and your breath while you're here? And then we're gonna walk that right arm out, slide the left arm out, take the left arm forward, come up onto your fingertips. Again, walk your right arm underneath. And for some of us, this is the pose, right? And then some of you will walk that left arm across. And again, some of you might work your forehead towards the ground. And again, looking for a place of ease, like is your butt all tight right now? Or are you comfortable? Can you breathe easily? Again, as you start to feel complete, we're gonna walk that left arm out, slide your right arm out, and we're gonna make our way safely onto our back body. But before you get there, what I want you to do is to take your blanket, and we're gonna start, you know, in the Tadasana of the blanket, and we're gonna make a roll. And some of you may need to change that roll as we get there. All right, we're gonna place that vertically on our mat. Now, before we set ourselves up on our blanket, I just want to do a little counter pose from what we were doing. So a couple of options. You could go into child's pose for just a couple of breaths. You could also lay on your back and bring your knees towards your chest, right? And we're just going to do that for a couple of breaths. So child's pose or on your back with your knees towards your chest and head. Just taking a couple breaths, and you can do it moving or you can hold the position. Now, when you start to feel ready to come out, and I know some of you just got in and some of you have been here for a while, you're gonna bring yourself out and we're gonna take that little roll. And what I want to do is I want to have it on the rib cage and the head, so that you're opening up your chest and able to relax your shoulders. And then you can either have your legs straight or your knees bent. Whatever feels best in your body. And we're actively helping our chest to open up and seeing if you can relax your shoulders while you're here. And then we're gonna explore having our arms in that cactus position with possibly your elbows, forearms, hands on the ground. Some of us, that won't be possible just because of how we're made. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide. You're gonna try to keep whatever part of your arms are on the floor, you're gonna try to keep them on the floor as you reach up overhead on your inhale, and then exhale, slide the elbows back towards the body. Does that make sense? So you're sliding your arms up and then bringing, but they stay connected to the floor wherever they're connected. And you're still breathing. Now, next time your elbows come back towards your body, we're going to bring the elbows, forearms, palms towards one another over the chest. And you're pressing in towards the center, and then you're going to start to reach those fingertips over your head. And then then come back to neutral over the chest. And again, for some of us, this could be a very small movement. And then whenever you feel like you've had enough, we're going to relax the hands down to the sides or on the body, wherever it's most comfortable. And we're going to stay here for just a couple of breaths. And the idea of having the support under your rib cage is to help open up the heart center a little bit, softening your shoulders. Again, looking for a place where you can breathe easily. Now from here, I want to do one more pose. So we're going to bend the knees. If your knees aren't bent, roll over to the side. We're going to take that blanket out. So now your back's on the ground, your head's on the ground, the knees are bent, and your feet are about hip width apart. We're going to bend the elbows and have your fists pointing towards the sky. And you're going to walk your feet pretty close to your glutes so that you have more leverage. Now on the inhale, you're going to press down with your arms, right? Pressing your upper arm into the ground and the elbows. Lift up your hips and your chest. Keep your head pointing towards the sky, and then exhale, come down to the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. And you're moving in a way that feels really good in your body. So you're paying attention to the hips coming up, the chest coming up, your breath, how your body feels. Now, next time your hips come down to the ground, one at a time, we're going to take the feet off of the ground, and we're going to place the hands on the front of your knees, or like the top of your shins. And inhale is going to be down here on the ground. Exhale, you're going to bring your head and your knees towards one another. Inhale, head comes down, knees move away from the body. Exhale, knees and head come towards one another. And if it doesn't work to move your head in this way, you can just move the knees. Always making sure there's no strain and that you can breathe easily. It's going to be our last one. And so then when you are down on the ground again, we're going to carefully place those feet on the floor. And then, just like we did when we were lifting our heels early on in the practice, you're going to inhale, lift one arm and turn your head away from that arm. And exhale, head comes back to the center, arm comes down. And then we'll alternate sides. So inhale, you're just moving the head and the arm, noticing how it feels to have the weight of your head resting on the floor as you're turning it. Like, how does your neck feel? How does your head feel? One more time on each side. And when you're back at the center, I just want you to move. So you're going to walk your feet out a little bit, and you're going to bring one knee towards the center of the mat, lift it up, and then bring the other knee towards the mat. So we're trying to isolate each leg, noticing how it feels through your whole pelvis, your leg as you're moving. And when you feel complete with that and you pause in the center, I want you to check in with your body. Is there anything else that your body needs before we make our way into Shavasana? And some of you might be ready to just get right into Shavasana. You're going to make a decision for what works for your body today. And in your own time, making your way into Shavasana, making sure, especially if you're cold, that you put on socks, sweatshirt, wrap yourself up in a blanket. You're going to make sure that you're as comfortable as you can be. And then as you settle in, taking a couple of long, smooth breaths, inviting your body to be heavy as you soften into the earth, letting yourself be completely supported. So as your awareness starts to come back to your body, breath, space, noticing how you're feeling, and then maybe making those gentle little movements, flexing, pointing the feet, or rolling the wrists and ankles, or stretching your arms overhead, bending your knees, rolling to the side, whatever sounds really good. And allowing that spaciousness, to slowly, thoughtfully reawaken. And then possibly making your way into comfortable seated position. And for our breathing practice today, I'm going to invite you to place one hand, and you might have to explore which hand works best for this, one hand on the front of your body and one hand on the back of your body, right? So for some of us, that's an uncomfortable position, kind of a hand up there. What I want you to do is, I want you to take some nice full breaths. So nose, chest, belly, but your hand is on the back of your body. And see if you can feel your breath in the back of your body as you breathe. So the awareness is in your, it can be wherever you want it to be, but I want you to notice your back body as you're breathing. And if your hands get tired, switch them. After your next exhale, we're going to release the hands and place them someplace on your body. And possibly close your eyes or you're looking towards the ground. And as you breathe in, I want you to notice the sensations in your nostrils. Right? So does it feel cool? Can you feel air coming in your nostrils? Whatever you need to breathe out, breathe out. But the focus, I want you to focus on sensations in the nostrils as you breathe in. For just a few breaths. And releasing that, taking a moment and just noticing how you feel. And let's close. We haven't done the planetary healing sounds in a little while. So let's inhale those arms up towards the sky. Exhale the sound, Hu to the heart. Inhaling arms out to the sides, palms open. Exhaling Ah to the heart. And inhaling as you scoop around you and up from the earth, the sound Om to the heart. So I thank you all for being here. I thank my teachers past and present. Thank the body for showing up to be able to do this. And namaste. I hope that everybody has a wonderful